I hope everybody's doing well today. This is going to be a quick little review. 2014 Honda Civic LX. I've owned the car now for about 5 or 6 weeks. I've put a little over 3,000 miles on it. This is the LX R18Z1 is the engine. It's a 1.8 liter single overhead cam IV tech system for those of y'all for simpler terms. But R18Z1 is the engine code. This is the 4-door sedan, and I do enjoy it so far. I went from having a 99 Honda Civic coupe before this, and I've also had a 97 Civic hatch with varying motors in both the coupe and the hatchback, different swaps. But so far this has been a really enjoyable, nice daily driver. I just wanted to name a couple things that I do like about it and a couple things that I do not like about it. It's not going to be a full-on in-depth review. This is just going to be a quick little things I do like and things I do not like. So starting out with some things that I do like. I really like how the cabin itself is set for the driver. If you'll notice, everything here is kind of curved in to the driver's side of the vehicle. Really do like that. It gives you a really nice view of things in the cabin here. Everything's very easy to access. Even the head unit here is kind of turned in. Everything is just super simple and super easy to access, which I really like. Aside from that, another thing that I do like, if you'll notice here, is the split, which they've been doing this since like 2006, I believe. It could have been even sooner than that. I might be mistaken. It could have been in the EP3s as well, which would have been like 2003, 2005 era, but definitely in the 2006 they started splitting here, the speedometer and the tach, the 50/50 here, which I do like. I also like that you can press to hold this and change it to kilometers, so I like that as well. Another thing that I really like, if you'll notice these little indicators here, that's for your gas consumption, so your fuel consumption. If I get on the gas, you'll see it starts changing different shades. That's when you're going from optimal fuel economy to not so optimal, and you'll see that with different things, whether your cruise is on, whether your air conditioning's on max AC. Different things are going to play a factor into that, but that's also something that I really like. Another thing that I really like, I do enjoy the space of it. Going from the 99 coupe, this is much more spacious for me and my children and my wife. Really enjoy that. It's got a really modern feel. Though, I mean, this car is 7 years old. It's got a modern feel to me. I've never owned anything newer than a 2006 beforehand. And to me, this is more than what I need. I also love the color. The color of this car is called Kona Coffee Metallic. So it's a really weird shade. You can look at it one way, it might look brown. Another way, it could look kind of green. There's definitely some like gray metallics in there. A little bit of black. It just really depends on how you're viewing it. And how the sun is setting on the vehicle itself. Definitely enjoy that. A couple things I don't like. If you got to put the vehicle in reverse. Now, I've never owned anything other than a few of my wife's vehicles with a backup camera, but these lines do not guide you. You know, you're going wherever you're turning the wheels. It doesn't really have a guide. Not really a huge fan of that. The most important thing that I really don't like, to me anyway, is you don't really ever see your engine's temperature. There's an indicator above your econ mode, which this little green thing here is your econ. Econ off, econ on. And it will show you a temperature gauge, and it will have a C indicating that the motor is cold. I've never had the vehicle overheat. I'm assuming it will light up red with an H. You know, but I like to be able to keep a very visual look on what is going on as far as the temperature of my engine. I always have been, mostly considering that I drive older vehicles typically. So definitely not really a fan of that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves on this. Another one is you can't really see the front end of the vehicle. So parking is still kind of weird for me. Though I've owned the car for a little while now, it's still iffy. I have lowered the vehicle. I do have a front lip on it, so I do not want to scrape it up. So therefore, it is kind of iffy, and I have, you know, not judging the depth of perception that well. I have actually went up into like a little curbing before trying to park. So that's why I'm super cautious now about that situation. So that's one thing that I do not like as well. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the same thing. Honda's always been kind of cheap. I am a big Honda fan, but they've always been kind of cheap with their door panels. And I try to keep my elbow off of this now, not only because it'll stain really easily, but also just because it's kind of soft. And with older Hondas, the door panels have been known to break easier than anything. The motors will go forever. The door panels, however, they will not. So that's one thing I'm definitely not a fan of. Aside from that, I think it's a great car. I can give you a look of the outside real quick before I shut this video down. To me, I think it's a really good looking car. Very happy with it. But yeah, overall a very good looking car. I'm very happy with it. So anyway, there's my likes and dislikes so far. I think that I can go a little bit more in depth about it at a later time, but for now, that will give you an idea.